All right, let's get into some Breggy news, I guess, huh?
Yeah, let's get into it.
All right.
Hey, Chris, we're into it.
Great. Welcome to Breggy News.
Welcome. So you want the UFO in the sky?
Yeah, let's do some UFOs. We don't do UFOs often.
All right, there it is. I
So
have the footage. So you cue me because this is your segment. You cue me,
I'll cue
and
you,
I'll
Mike.
click the button.
Great. So this comes from Express Online. Top secret military test. Eerie footage shows mysterious UFO feeding on lightning.
Oh shit! I didn't know it was
A
feeding on lightning.
Well, that's what they're going with here. A mysterious black triangle aircraft has been spotted feeding on lightning during a storm, sparking theories that the UFO is the TR-3B, a top secret U.S. military aircraft built with alien technology. Shocking footage has captured what appears to be a black triangle
No pun
UFO
intended.
consuming a lightning storm in order to charge its batteries. According to a video uploaded onto YouTube, the UFO, fuck me, the UFO is feeding on the energy of 200,000 amps of lightning strikes. The caption on the bizarre footage, captured in the middle of a major lightning storm, dated the incident to November 22nd. Michael,
Chris,
roll the video.
hold on. Can I pause for a second?
Oh, Jesus. You said cue you because it's my segment, and then I cue you, and now we have to pause for a second. Go ahead.
What
What's up?
what does that object kind of look like?
I know exactly what you're thinking of.
A, the Nintendo ray gun?
Yep.
It's a penis. You were thinking a penis.
All right.
All right, here we go.
Let's do
Ooh,
this.
boomerang. V-shaped UFO hit by an enormous lightning strike.
On November 22, 2018, while filming a thunderstorm, the witness was able to capture a huge
doesn't even
boomerang
hit it.
V-shaped UFO that was hovering nearby
Yeah.
the thunderstorm and
What the
became visible
fuck?
when it was
I think
suddenly
it's just
hit
a
by a
plane.
lightning strike.
I don't think it's anything.
Probably there are
I think
several
it's a
types
plane
of
going
the
through.
mysterious
Look at these
TR-3B
graphics.
because several days earlier,
I think it's just a
on
plane
November
going through a
19,
storm.
It could have
2018,
been.
a huge decloaked UFO has been
I'd
caught
shit
on
my
camera
pants when I was
while
on that
moving
plane.
in the sky of Long Island, New
Now
York.
what's all this?
Some people say
I
that
think it's
these
just
UFOs
like
are of
other anomalies
extraterrestrial
caught
origin, but let's not
during
forget that
lightning
our
storms.
technology is much
But
more
actually,
advanced than NASA
oh,
and
okay, no,
world
never mind.
governments are having us believe.
Yeah, I think it's
Just
just
think about
some
the
type of
secret
plane.
space
Yeah,
fleet
could it be a
discovered
government
All right.
type thing? Sure, but I think it's just a plane going through a lightning
I don't
storm.
think it's anything. I think it's like clouds or something.
And the article says in the video, lightning strikes the triangular object from several different angles. We don't see that at all.
It doesn't hit it once. I mean, lightning's weird. I don't know. You know what's cool? Do you like watching lightning?
Sure.
I love it.
Okay. The TR-3B, which is the top secret aircraft that this YouTuber is talking about, is a
TR3P.
terrestrial aircraft that was built on re-engineered technology from an extraterrestrial civilization when its aircraft crash landed into Earth.
It's so bold.
Legend claims that the Triangle aircraft are invisible to radar due to a field of anti-gravity around the ship. Several sightings of the apparent black triangle aircraft over the U.S. has led to suggestions that it is being used for surveillance missions.
Wow. Oh, I didn't hit loop. Remember the Sabrina? Did you get sued? I don't know.
I don't know. The general says it's a B-2 bomber made in the USA.
Made in the USA. I mean, I don't know, man. Why are the claims so bold? So specific.
Because
he knew exactly what it was.
Because people right away go to these instead of thinking logically and thinking. Now, I have no problem with thinking outside the box on certain things, but at the same time, like it can very easily just be a fucking airplane. Like, why are we going into this top secret alien aircraft bullshit right off the bat?
Because it's cool as shit.
Yeah, because we have nothing better to do
Because it's
with
cool
our time.
as shit. If that was the real story, I'd be like, that is so cool. It's never the case.
It's never the case. It's probably some top secret government plane, sure, but they're flying it during the lightning doesn't hit it.
Well, you know.
But hell, shit, we could be wrong.
You know what I say about that? That's what I'm saying. You like that?
Love it. All right, let's jump into the next. I thought it was a lot later than what it was. Let's jump in the next article. This is basically two guys, paranormal investigators, went into these haunted woods in South Yorkshire. In South Yorkshire, these woods are known to be haunted.
South Yorkshire.
You could read this
Sorry,
article on ParanormalWarehouse.com, by the way, if you want to read more into it. There's also the video, which we're going to show anyway. So basically, these two brothers, brothers, I'm thinking back to the Russian video. These two guys go into the woods. The one lead paranormal investigator is Phil Sinclair. Mr. Sinclair was in the South Wiltshire woods while conducting a paranormal investigation. The woods are known to be haunted by sightings of a woman in white.
Oh.
During the investigation, Mr. Sinclair was trying to communicate with any spirits by provoking and challenging the spirits to throw something at him. While also using an obelisk, Mr. Sinclair continued to ask the spirits to throw something at him. Eventually, you can hear a loud noise in the background that Mr. Sinclair took as a spirit throwing something at him. Also, apparently, you can hear a ghostly spirit yelling, "Fear me." While continuing with the investigation, Mr. Sinclair tells the camera, "There's something in here," and as if the spirit was responding through the obelisk, the device responds with, "I am." According to Mr. Sinclair, he was convinced that there was something in the woods with him and that they were responding to his commands. His fellow investigator thought otherwise. His fellow investigator said it could have been anything. It could have been a branch falling off a tree. It happens at this time of the year. As Mr. Sinclair replied, "That was more than a branch falling, sounded like a tree falling down." Mr. Sinclair continued by saying, "I honestly believe a spirit was in direct contact with me, communicating via the obelisk device. I believe everyone in Sheffield needs to see this footage. This is the best potential evidence of the paranormal I've captured in a long time. I have no explanation for what happened or what I witnessed."
He didn't witness anything.
Let's play the video.
I have a lot of things to say. Okay. Here we go.
Do something.
Should I just play it uninterrupted?
Do something now.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm gonna shut you up.
If there's an evil entity, do something right now.
Unholy.
Oh my God. Unholy again. Who is it?
Reason.
No, I'm not reasoning with you. You show yourself. Show yourself to me right now. Throw something. Go on. Throw. If you are here, a negative entity, a witch, you do something. One spirit. We've had this one. We've had one before.
Wench.
That spray paint or something?
Yeah, I think so.
I've had the word saw 3 times come through just recently. This.
All right, folks, we're back, and listen, I've kind of this is so I don't know. This video is kind of nothing. Nothing happens.
Well, do you hear the thud and all that stuff?
Yeah, I don't know, man. They're in the woods.
Right.
What do you think? I've also thought about this. So it's funny that it said "fear me,"
Uh-huh.
Normally when ghosts throw objects, it's always like a penny or like a button or a pebble. Like in their eyes, are they like, yo, we got this dude? They're shitting their pants now with the button.
Okay.
That's all I'm saying. I'm just saying they need to. I think they kind of need to step up their game.
So this apparent spirit threw a whole tree, apparently.
Well, where's the tree? For A, where's the tree? Show me the artifact. 2, it was a falling branch.
And I do love how this guy's bugging out, but the other guy with him is like, dude, I don't know, it could be anything. Like he wasn't phased at all, and then he's just like, I don't know, man.
Yeah.
I think we're jumping to conclusions here a little bit.
This guy's like, yo, I'm getting those sweet views, bro. But yeah, all right. That's what we feel here. Also, the obelisk, how does that work?
Go ahead, get into it. I'm trying to.
I don't
fix
know
my
how it
Facebook.
works. I don't know how it works. I don't think anybody does.
Well, the theory. How about you talk about the theory behind how it works?
All right, go ahead.
No, you go ahead because I'm trying to fix my goddamn.
Well, what happens? It has if you. What are you having a hard time over there?
My Facebook went down, so
yeah,
I can't.
and your picture is frozen. And it. Oh, you're back. You're back.
There we go.
Did you see what it was? Did you see what it was?
Yeah. Shit, man, I can't win tonight.
I don't know. I would just leave it. I don't even know what you're talking about. Oh, the obelisk. What is it?
Yeah, talk about.
I don't know, bro. I don't really know. I don't really know.
The theory behind the obelisk, isn't it where it has basically a dictionary of words in it that the spirits are supposed to be able to manipulate, like with their energy or your energy.
Yeah, what?
And
EMF energy?
Right.
Electromagnetic frequencies?
To use those words, correct?
Sure.
That's the theory behind it.
Right. I just don't see how anything can, like... How do they know what frequency triggers what word? How would you know?
Right. You can't. You don't know.
But how would say there's an intelligent being that is a ghost or whatever, a spirit. How would it know how to use the machine?
That's a very good question.
I've seen people be like, "Oh, they have to figure it out." I don't know, man. It's still spurting out words.
It's spurting out words, but I think it. So we used to have an older obelisk, right?
I think we had the original, or like one of the early on.
So for example, we used to use it on investigations. We no longer do, but we used to use it on investigations. And even if you put it next to something electronic, like at one point we were at the Farnsworth Inn, you put it down next to the lamp, it's using whatever EMF that lamp is giving off, and it was spewing out words.
Right. Even if you picked it up, it took it off of your skin.
If you shook it.
It's crazy. So, I don't know. A lot of this tech is like so expensive. I wish it was more well known how it worked. You know what I'm saying? Before you throw like $300 down on some shit. $100 is a lot of money. All right. You want to pop over?
Hold on a second. Hold on. I'm still into this obvious conversation. I just got back on Facebook. I want to see what people said. George said about the video we just showed, amateur fake ghost hunter. I bet he's using a ghost hunting cell phone app.
Oh, shit, George. Shots fired. Those things are trash, though.
Shots fired. Yeah. So Sandy says it says words, and the investigator determines which words has to do with what or where you are. Right, but then okay, so in that theory of the obvious, then in that aspect, but then you're interpreting it the way you want to interpret it.
You're frozen again. You look much more handsome on this one. You're good now. You're back. Yeah, I know. There's that error, and there's so like I don't know what range the frequencies are that the device picks up, but it's like all over the place. You got stuff going all over.
Yeah, and you're So I compare it to when you're going to EVP. So Sandy says she doesn't always believe the obvious. Like I get that because it's if you're leaving it up to the investigator to determine what words are valid and what is actually dealing with um, the situation you're in, it's the same thing as when you get an EVP that might not be Class A that you're basically deciphering yourself. You're hearing what you want to hear.
Right.
So your brain is telling you, I want to hear, say, the EVP or the obvious says demon, like, and then you're like, oh, there's a demon here, and it's just like, oh, I don't.
Right.
That's.
I mean, and like, yo, how many words are programmed in there? I think it says it, but like, you don't know. I don't know.
Right, and the person that made this, couldn't they have just put all?
Well, is it Bill Chappell that was always on Ghost Adventures?
I don't know.
I
but
think he may have.
All right, say it is, and he builds this Ovulus. Can he just put words in that deal with paranormal and investigating and stuff that an investigator might interpret as a spirit or a ghost or a demon being there, like devil and demon and whatever, touched and whatever.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yo, my baby's so pissed off right now. It's all right. I'm not neglecting. My wife's there. It's
that's
yes.
Just my whole thing.
Like even if the thing like has a dictionary in there, and it is picking the words, it's just like I don't know. How do you know?
Yeah.
How do you know?
You don't. That's the thing. You don't. And I just wish investigators, while on paranormal investigations, realize this and like take it with a grain of salt. Like I get you might get something out of the Ovulus, but say like, okay, it said this to me. It's responding to what I'm saying. It's an intelligent response, but we really don't know how this device works, so we'll just take it with a grain of salt. It's interesting that happened, that it replied to me, but we'll move on.
Right. And like maybe you could use it coinciding with some other piece of technology, like say you get an EVP that says a word and then the Ovulus says a word later on or soon after. Then that'd be interesting. For sure.
Yeah. Yeah. All right, so a new thing we're doing on the show is we're doing paranormal topics just to talk about a little bit. I didn't expect us to get into the obvious as much as we did.
I know. I gotta make a background for this topic. What should we call this segment, audience? What should we call the topic segment, audience?
I don't know. We'll come up with something clever for the next show.
I won't. That's why I'm asking other people.
Okay. Well, maybe we'll brainstorm. All right, anyway, so the topic tonight is what would be the benefits of doing more concrete, real scientific research into the paranormal?
I don't know. We've been here before.
Well, like overall, what would be if, say, the government came in and was like, hey, we're going to put millions of dollars into scientific research into the paranormal and communicating with spirits and whatever else. What would be the benefit of that?
The benefit of having, like, all the necessities to like do a scientific experiment?
Yeah, like why is that benefiting us? Why should they do that is what I'm saying.
I don't know. I guess they don't have enough interest in it to be throwing money into it. I mean, the state of the world is like kind of rough right now. A lot of things happening all over the place. So looking for ghosts probably isn't their main priority.
No, I know that. But what I'm saying is hypothetically, what would be the benefit to us or society if the government were, say, they had endless money and they looked into?
Well, so, I mean, it could be a multitude of things. Like, who knows what these events really are? Like, what if it's dimensional and they found out that it was cross dimension? It would shatter our reality immediately. That there's another whole thing happening somewhere else.
Right.
I mean, that'd be crazy. And I mean, who knows what it is? You know, if these things are really happening, and they're these bizarre things. I just watched a bunch of episodes of The Hill House.
Yeah.
And there's a scene in like one of the first episodes where he was saying how like he doesn't like the word paranormal because these are just events these are natural events that are not yet understood.
Right.
And I think there's a lot of those things in this world for sure. And I don't know, why not figure out what they are? I know there's a dude called Gary Schwartz is his name. And he does scientific studies on Gary Schwartz. And he did a bunch of studies where like he was a legit scientist, super smart guy. I think he went to like Harvard or something, like science wise. And he did studies, and one of the studies, should I get into this? This is boring. He got into a study.
Go ahead, man. This is why we ask the questions. We get into it. We get into other conversations. Let's do it.
So this is a guy based on science, okay? And he created this experiment where he was trying to communicate with like otherworldly beings, you know? So he came up with this theory where he how they could like manifest light energy, you know? Mm-hmm. So I don't know the like specifics of the experiment, but he built like this container that was like a box in a box in a box. So no light could enter this device. Okay?
Yeah, I'm listening.
And in the middle, he put a little detector that detected photons and light. Okay. Light is made of particles called photons. So like this device was able to measure like singular photon situations, like just like one particle of light. Right. And he asked a series of questions or like asked them to manifest at certain times using a random generator on a computer. And they got inside these structures, they would get images of this unexplained light that appeared. And he worked a lot with mediums and like he was big into it, which I've had very bad experiences, but he kind of like used them as communication. I don't know. It's weird. You should look into it, but it's real science. At least it's scientifically based and measurable. And I think we could do smaller things that are not as intense. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and yes, I completely agree. And something like that, I think, is more beneficial than an ovulus.
Well, I think there's cheaper, easier ways to experiment on things for sure.
Yeah, but I'm just saying, like, not throwing something out there to people to buy and saying it does this when it really you have no clue.
Yeah, I know, man. That's why it's rough. I would like to, and this is me being lazy, is break down like a microphone and see what's picking up EVP. Is it the machine or is it like just picking it up like normal sound, or like why can devices like that hear things and we can't? Like maybe it's just an error in the microphone or something. Who knows? I don't think that's too hard. I probably just have to look it up.
All right. Well, that was our paranormal topic for this week.
What's it? Anyone throw out titles?
Yeah, we got a couple titles.
What do we got?
Give me 1 second here. Stand by.
You ever have these bold wasabi almonds?
Yes.
They are
not almonds. I've had wasabi peas before.
Dude, these things, these blue diamond wasabi almonds, bold, are legit.
All right, so Charla said parashizzle.
Oh shit.
Hold on. Okay. Hold on a second. George said paratopics. Sandy said para puzzle. So those were if my fucking computer didn't. All right, that's what
You're
we
done.
got for those.
You're done.